Hey guys, Ash here for the good of some blues, and welcome to the match preview for tomorrow's game. It's Chelsea against Everton, of course, as we know. From the outset, I do apologise. I have a bit of a sniffle, so if I do sound a bit croaky, I do apologise. But as we're probably all aware, that thankfully, as we're the Liverpool game is almost over there. We woke this morning and saw a kind of a report that the Curry has broken his foot in training. Now, let's hope this is wrong. I've been searching around the last while and I can't find anything. There's nothing on the club's website about it. There is uh, nothing that I can see anywhere else reporting it. There's nothing on Sky News. There's nothing. There doesn't seem to be anything. So I don't know where this has come from that he picked up in training. Carlo Ancelotti didn't say anything that I could see. Now the quality of the microphone was very very poor for the reporters yesterday. But I didn't hear him saying anything about it. I don't hear it, saying anything about it. But that, when that, there's a great chance for us to get into back into take back the fourth spot that was taken voice by Chelsea, obviously beating Liverpool the other evening. And knowing that when you see the way their team is set out and you see their substitutes bench, how strong they are, I really do believe that Chelsea can still be gotten at and we can still get a result there. But if Decore's missing and the outlet that Decore has of getting us forward, you have to wonder what's going to happen there, because obviously he offers such a great outlet for us for counter attacking. And then also the results almost kind of went our way yesterday, like the early game, and I can't see Arsenal really getting into the top six, unless you look at the table, you see how close, especially from ourselves downwards, how close it is in certain ways. So a couple of victories can change things so much. Hell, we know about that. 3 wins from three, and look where we are. But Arsenal draw with Burnley, so that's like a potential banana skin of a team that could possibly catch you. Obviously the important one, as far as I'm concerned, was the Aston Villa Wolves game. Aston Villa dropping points because they've been on a bit of a decent run, and now they've dropped points. And then when I saw yesterday that Burnley were beaten, not Burnley, sorry, Brighton were beating Leicester. And I'm going, oh, here we go. And it was opening up your mind to explosions of, never mind the top four or the top six, but if Leicester lose that game and we beat Chelsea tomorrow, then we're only a couple of points behind them. And then obviously the game that's kicking off in the next half an hour or so, United lose to City, which we all expect to happen, but you just don't know. But if City beat United, I think you're thinking of second place. Could we end up being second in the table by the end of the season? It's just really, really strange how the season has played out. And obviously, I was watching the Blue Boys Network yesterday, and even they were saying the same thing. And then when you look at the games that are coming up for us, so I think Palace. We do have Burnley along the way. I know we still have to play Arsenal, but they're no great shapes, as we know. So, you could get a result there. We still have Spurs to play as well, but we've already beaten them twice this season. Obviously, the City is going to be a very, very difficult game. But even the Blue Boys Network, and I was sitting there looking at results going, yeah, we should get 3 points there. A draw, 3 points, 3 points. And then you're trying to do a calculation on this, but then you have to slap yourself into reality and say, okay, but let's not forget the Fulham game, the Newcastle game, the Southampton game earlier in the season. So in other words, these wins are not guaranteed. So going into the lineup for tomorrow, you've got to keep Pickford. Obviously, he's on this great run at the moment. He seems confident. He seems happy, and we need to keep him in goal. Whether Coleman makes the bench tomorrow is another thing. Whether he will come, but I can't see James making the bench either. James is a worry for me. I won't dwell on it too much, but it's the case you get 2 or 3 games out of James, and then he's gone, and you're going like, okay, is he just not fit enough? And we knew that when we got him, that you're only going to get a couple of games, and that's it. So was he bought more as a marketing ploy? It's a very, very difficult one with James, because we do miss his creativity when he's there. Yes, he's in and out of form occasionally, but back to the team. So I don't think I would change too much in defence. So it'll be Holgate, Michael Keane, Ben Godfrey, who absolutely he's on a great run of form at the moment. Michael Keane had a quietish game against Southampton on Thursday, but still did the job that he needed to do, and obviously Luca Digne. So then you go into midfield, and this is where the tricky part comes in. If there's any truth in this Decore, so what happens there? If he is fit to play, and obviously Tom Davies is fit to play, well then I would have Alan Decore and Tom Davies as our midfield trio. If Tom Davies doesn't make it, you'll probably go with Andre Gomez, even though he's given the ball on every single opportunity that he pretty much can over the last few games. Other people might shout out to let Gylfi Sigurdsson start, because obviously as his great 43-second cameo to provide the assist for Richarlison goal for the win against Southampton. I think I would go with that trio if Tom Davies is ready to play. So that would be me, and then obviously a front trio of which I'll expect he won't change because he won't have the option. If James is not there, well then we're going to have Alex Iwobi, and unfortunately Alex Iwobi, as I mentioned in the other day, he did have an absolute nightmare in the Southampton game. Everything that he was given, the presence he was given by Decore to get us forward. It was, to me now, what he should be doing is, the people actually, I didn't have this in my notes, but it's actually popped into my head here. For me, he may as well be doing what I would class as playing in that position, the Beckham style. As in, for me, now people laugh at me when I say this, and maybe in the comments it'll come up, but I always class David Beckham as a winger who couldn't attack. Now the difference is, the ball went dealt wide to him. He'll put it on a sixpence and he'll ping it to you, and it falls onto your foot. It falls onto your head. And unfortunately, Alex Iwobi can't do that. So in my career watching football, I never really saw David Beckham attack. Not like you had Ryan Giggs on the other side. That was a winger. He attacked. He bet players. I never really saw David Beckham beat players. He'd get the ball. He might run a couple of yards, and then he'd ping the ball 40 yards to your foot, to your head. So that was it. So at the moment, that's what Iwobi really has to do when the ball is given to him. His decision timing is very, 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 very slow. What he wants to do, he's not thinking ahead like a snooker player thinks ahead. A snooker player generally will think 2 or 3 shots ahead of the shot he's actually playing. He's thinking ahead. He's not thinking of what momentum he's going to need to drive the ball forward. So his crosses have gone desperately bad again. But his attacking play on chasing down players and beating players has gone really, really bad again. Now, he did have that moment where he crossed to the other side and out to Luca Digne, and then his cross is bad. But that's what, I think any slight improvement by Iwobi in playing tomorrow you'll notice straight away, because, he couldn't have been really, really any worse. So that, I think it'll be him who'll play, and then Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and then on the other side of him will be Richarlison. So hopefully Richarlison brings his shooting boots with him again, as does Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He was unlucky he should have put that chance away against Southampton to make it more comfortable. So, I think the core is the very, very important. Well, not so much the core, I suppose. Alan is the important one, and whether the core plays or not, because when Alan was brought on, Carlo Ancelotti changed the formation to more of a diamond, and it worked absolutely brilliant. From a result point of view, if somebody had to say, okay, pick it right now, I'd probably go with a draw. I think, still having a game in hand, take a draw against Chelsea. When you look at their bench and look how strong their team is, it will be very difficult. I will go with a 1-1. I think Richarlison will get the goal, put us ahead and get us flying, and then we will end up losing, in kind of the last 10-15 minutes. We'll get tired, and they'll equalise. That's just the way it is, because they are a team I believe we still can get at and attack. Thomas Tuchel has really shored them up. They're not conceding as many goals. They're difficult to beat, but obviously, we broke down, especially in the counter attack. As far as I could watch, because I was watching the Chelsea game the other night, and we broke down Liverpool much better than what Chelsea did. But that's just in my opinion. So now that I'm just looking at the screen here, Fulham have actually beaten Liverpool at Anfield, so now it's the big six. They've now lost 6 games, so now I still think it's going to be a draw. But when I'm looking at the screen here and seeing that now there's an extra incentive now for us to win that game tomorrow. So never mind our European aspirations for top six, top four, top three, whatever. Now it's a chance for us to be, I suppose, the kings of Merseyside for this season. Now that if we win tomorrow, we know we would go 6 points clear of Liverpool plus that game in hand. So that is making it even bigger now. Looking there, and it's Fulham are celebrating like crazy. That's just brilliant for them. So now looking at the table, if my calculations are correct, the Spurs play Palace. If Spurs beat or even draw with Palace, Liverpool could be eighth by the end of the day, and that is just a crazy season. Whether you're an Evertonian, a Liverpool fan, Manchester United fan, it doesn't matter who you support. Whether you're a neutral football fan, to see how this Premier League is playing out, that is absolutely crazy, crazy. Wow. But there you go. There's an extra incentive for us to win that game tomorrow, big time. Uh, but I'm definitely going to take a draw, 1-1. Richarlison getting the goal and Chelsea equalising. You probably now that I'm thinking, probably saying to ourselves, where was this last season? Where was this run of defeats? Now 6 defeats at home in a row. It would have given Manchester City a chance to catch up with Liverpool and stop them winning the title last season. But yeah, that's crazy. Just to finish up, guys, as we know, we still can't meet up on that, but let's just hope that the cases will come down even lower again. And, because it's an exciting end for us as Evertonians to the season, and to know that, maybe 2 or 3 games to go, we might be able to meet up as, safely as a group. For people, from the group and people in obviously in Liverpool, to be able to get into Goodison and watch the game, and I think ideally, where it's the Europa League or the Champions League, that to be there on a particular night, that the result means you're guaranteed that would be like a title win for us fans, if to be back in the stadium, or for us to be in the Camden, sitting there and beating whatever team on the night, and to know that result has now got you qualification for a European competition. I think that's what we really want for this season, what Carlo wants. Carlo has said now the aim is to win that fourth spot, but it's up to us now. It's up to our performances to defensively to keep strong, and it'll take us where we need to go. That's all we can go. So yeah, 1-1, guys. I've rambled on for a bit. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, there's a version of the podcast just gone out, so similar rant. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to tune into the podcast, and enjoy the game tomorrow, and I'll be back with a match reaction to this. So stay safe, and as always, stay blue. Take care, guys. Love ya.